Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Dragon Ball Nation. Now today I'm going to be doing a brief review on Dragon Ball Super. The time is finally here. I've seen the English subtitled version. And it's going to be a brief review just because we already seen what happens in the first episode generally from the first manga chapter. It's all pretty much the same. There are some differences and there's more shown. So starting off, obviously, there's going to be some minor spoilers here, guys, and you guys probably already know about most of the story, so if you want to be completely fresh on it, just click off the video now. But other than that, we're moving on. You know, we see Goku, it wraps up the end of the Buu arc. With the defeat of Majin Buu, it retells that little scene in a minute or so. And then we see Goku farming, because he has to farm for the next 6 months, because that's what Chi-Chi wants him to do. And of course, Goku listens to Chi-Chi. He would much rather be training on King Kai's planet, as stated by him. Then he is what appears to be fighting as a Super Saiyan. He kind of was in a daze. In the manga chapters, we saw he was fighting villains like Frieza, Cell, and Majin Buu, so we can assume that's exactly what he's doing right there. Later on, we see that Goten kind of loses control of the tractor and falls off a cliff. Goku catches him. Not sure why the tractor falling would really hurt Goten being a Saiyan, but it's all writing and all that stuff. I mean, later on we see them fighting a snake, Goten and Trunks. But moving forward, we see that, you know, the Earth's in a pretty peaceful place. Obviously, Kid Buu's defeated. It gives very good backstory on Majin Buu, the Fat Buu. We see that the initial moments where Mr. Satan or Hercule, whichever you prefer, kind of takes Buu and claims that he's his student. These are the first scenes we see of that because he's talking to the news reporters and saying that Majin Buu is a student from outer space. So I like that we get some backstory on that. Most of the stuff, like I said, guys, is the same as the manga chapter. We do see Beerus on that planet that he was in the manga chapter, but it's a different planet. The scene's not quite the same. He's not getting poisoned in this scene. What happens is, and I'm not a big fan of this for Beerus' character, Beerus is getting fed. He almost is represented as a tyrannical overlord in a way right here. Beerus kind of is upset because the food is nice and salty food, but it has too much grease, so he blows up half of their planet. I'm not a big fan of that. It was kind of funny and it's a good demonstration of Beerus' power, but I didn't like the way Beerus was represented there. In my opinion, he just seemed very tyrannical in a way, and I wasn't a big fan of it. I hope they're not going to really stick with that, even though Beerus was a little bit, easily angry. He's very mild-tempered, you could say, in Battle of Gods when he doesn't get his pudding, but he still has some leniency towards, he can be calmed down at certain points. Here it was just kind of like, I'm just going to destroy your planet because your food is a little greasy. A little bit weird to me, even though, like I said, guys, he was upset over pudding, which, Beerus is a very mild-tempered character. Mild-tempered's an understatement. Moving on, though, we see that Goten, Trunks, are going to get that present for Videl, as we know, which happens to be some cosmetic stuff. And there's an awesome scene, very brief, but an awesome scene where Videl had bought Gohan a book, and Gohan comments that he's upset because he does not have money to buy Videl things, but she always buys him things. And that was an interesting thing. We don't really see stuff like that touched upon in Dragon Ball, and I thought it was a nice little scene, and I really appreciated it. But yeah, there's not a whole lot went on in this episode, guys. Really just kind of gathering the crew back. Even Piccolo's there for one little shot. He didn't say anything, but it's kind of just gathering everything together. And I really enjoyed it. I'm glad to see Dragon Ball come back in such a good way. It was a very enjoyable first episode, even though we already knew what was going to happen in this first episode because of the manga chapters. And I did watch it in Japanese without the subtitles first, and then I, this morning, watched it with the subs. And if you guys want to watch it with the subs, go check out my Facebook page. It's on there. Link to my Facebook page is down below. If you guys want to check it out, it's on there. But yeah, I really love this episode. I really do think there's going to be some good things from this series to come. Touches upon a lot of cool things, like that whole thing about Gohan not being able to afford Videl stuff was awesome. It was really good. And an interesting thing to note is that when Chi-Chi Well, later on, as we see in the manga chapter, Mr. Satan had given Goku the prize money for the World Peace Prize, and when Chi-Chi saw that, she said that we can now afford a very good teacher for Goten, which I guess Goten's going to be a scholar as well, it seems, even though he seemed like he was more of a fighter type character. Even Chi-Chi was allowing the fighting. But other than that, guys, not really gonna touch upon too much else. You guys can check out the episode. I really loved it. Like I said, I'm not gonna give it a score. I don't think I'm gonna score these episodes. That's too straightforward. Definitely check it out. I mean, like I said, go check out the Facebook page. Really enjoyed it. And another thing, guys, I really adored the music in this episode. It was very, very good soundtrack. The new composer is great. But like I said, guys, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think down below about the first episode of Dragon Ball Super. It's great to have this series back. Thanks for watching this video, guys, and I'll catch you later.